Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
Just ahead of 6:30 on this Friday, a Jefferson County jail escapee still on the run in a vehicle theft spree. Coming up, what officials are saying about the search for Tory Gee.
A man is now officially behind bars, and Bozeman City Police say he was the one that shot two other men behind several downtown bars.
Good morning to you and welcome to your Friday. 6:30, I'm Missy O'Malley with Chet Lehman. Matt Elwell has our somewhat snowy, wintry weekend forecast. We're going to get to that in just a few moments. Our top story for you now. The Montana State Prison Deer Lodge went into lockdown mode around 2:30 yesterday afternoon.
The action was taken after an inmate was reportedly unaccounted for. Now, MTN News first learned of the situation when the Powell County Sheriff's Office posted to its Facebook page that a missing inmate set the siren sounding. Prison officials later released a statement just before 6 o'clock in the evening saying that, quote, count discrepancy, end quote, sounded the alarm, and that all inmates were accounted for.
Meanwhile, authorities are still looking for a man who escaped from the detention center in Boulder last Friday.
Authorities in Jefferson, Madison, and Beaverhead counties are looking for Tory Gee. Gee believed to have stolen a pickup truck in Boulder and another pickup near Twin Bridges on Monday.
Gee is also suspected of stealing a Montana Department of Transportation pickup truck Wednesday evening north of Dillon. Authorities warn the public to keep their homes and vehicles locked.
It's pretty obvious he's willing to steal anything that has a key left in a vehicle, and I think it's important that people know what to watch for and report anything suspicious immediately to 911.
Now, police have not yet recovered that stolen state pickup.
6:31 now, meteorologist Matt Elwell joins us. Wow, yesterday you said it was coming, and
a little deluge.
The wind we had in Belgrade was ridiculous.
No, gusty wind going through the afternoon. It let up a little bit toward the evening, but then the rain started, and well, here we are today. With damp roadways for the morning. Temperature's really not bad. We're sitting into the mid-30s. What I'm really eyeing is the next 24 to 48 hours. We have a couple of systems heading this direction. Today's not going to be bad. It will be windy. You'll want those coats because the wind is picking up, but I don't expect to see a ton of precipitation today. We do have winter storm watches out for the area. We're going to talk about the timing of all that, how much snow to expect. That's all coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you for that, Matt. Now 6:32, our top local story, and Chet was on the scene for this yesterday morning. Two men are now in the hospital and another man is behind bars after a shooting incident yesterday in downtown Bozeman.
MTN's Cody Boyer has our update.
While the yellow tape behind Bar 9 and several other bars was removed, yellow tape here around Bozeman Creek, as you can see behind me, lingered well into the morning as city police investigated the creek. Now, we do know that one Bozeman man has been arrested in connection with this, and city police confirm that he was the actual shooter himself.
It's insane. We don't need guns.
It happened at 2:16 this morning. Bozeman City Police say officers found two men suffering from gunshot wounds in this parking lot downtown.
There was a prior confrontation between the shooter and the victims sometime soon before this inside a nearby bar.
Deputy Chief Jim Veldkamp says the men are expected to recover from shockingly minor wounds.
They were the type of injuries that it's surprising weren't more serious.
Detectives immediately began following leads, leading them to a Bozeman man.
We have made an arrest of an adult male that we believe was the actual shooter.
I don't find it acceptable.
Diana Barton walks through that same area often and has for around 25 years, while police say they are looking for several others who could be connected with what happened. This new sight of yellow tape has her worried.
Guns are awesome for hunting and protecting, but not for going to a bar and shooting people.
Veldkamp says Bozeman Creek nearby is part of the crime scene. The deputy chief says he can't confirm what they are looking for other than possible key evidence. But with one arrest, Barton hopes this isn't a sign of a growing situation.
When you go drinking, just leave your gun at home.
Again, Veldkamp says there is no ongoing danger in this area, and if you have seen anything or heard anything that could help the investigation, to call Bozeman City Police immediately. In Bozeman, Cody Boyer, MTN News.
Now, new for you as well this morning, Montana Congressman Greg Gianforte joined a bipartisan majority in the House that supported a resolution condemning the president's decision to withdraw U.S. troops from northern Syria.
Montana's 2 U.S. senators also indicate they would support a similar resolution in the Senate. The House voted 354 to 60 on Wednesday for the resolution, which called on Turkish President Erdogan to stop his military action attacking Kurdish forces in Syria. It also called for continued U.S. support of the Kurds who have assisted the American fight against the Islamic State.
And all 225 House Democrats voted for the measure, as well as 129 Republicans, including Gianforte. Gianforte says the vote doesn't mean he doesn't support President Trump, but that he opposes Turkish aggression and supports sanctions against Turkey. Democratic U.S. Senator John Tesser called Trump's withdrawal the order a reckless decision. Now, Republican Senator Steve Daines said he would also support a similar resolution, and he's waiting to see what may be brought to the Senate floor.
Back here at home, after a long process, the city of Bozeman could be getting the money it needs to fix the Bogert Pavilion show.
Yeah, this is exciting. If approved by commissioners, the money would be coming from a generous donation by a private citizen. Officials would consider accepting a $350,000 donation towards repairing the pavilion, along with a name change. The pavilion would be named the Anderson Pavilion in Bogart Park in honor of Marcia Anderson, a longtime philanthropist who offered that donation. The donation would close the gap for funding needed to complete that repair. The building, which would range up to $650,000, and officials say it could make the construction frame a lot shorter.
People love the facility in Bogart Pavilion. It's iconic for Bozeman. And Ms. Anderson saw that as well. And so this closes our gap. We had some money in the budget. We have some insurance dollars coming in, but this was the gap we needed.
Now, if the donation is approved, construction would start next spring. What an amazing woman.
That's
yep,
cool.
Love that.
We'll continue to update the progress of that. Meantime, new this morning, going into space, it's got a little bit more fashionable.
That's right. Virgin Galactic is showing off its new space suits. Travelers will get one of these fancy outfits when they book their $250,000 ride on Virgin's newest spaceship. Virgin partnered with Under Armour to create the suits, which are designed for more comfort than completing space tasks. The gear and the spaceship are in testing phase right now.
Super stylish.
Chet,
for
I feel like
I'd love to have one.
Your little Halloween costume might be coming together.
$249,997 and 77 cents away from being able to do that too. I'm so close. Go to my GoFundMe.
Yeah, I was just going to say, let's get a GoFundMe for Chet to get a suit. That sounds fabulous. Also, science likes sleepers.
Yeah, sleepers. Now, if you're a parent of a teen, you probably heard them hit the snooze button a few times before school.
Maybe some of us as well.
Show.
That's right. But it turns out it's in their anatomy. Scientists say the circadian timing process in teens has shifted. That means they naturally fall asleep and wake up a little bit later than adults or children. Research also shows that when teens get a later start, they're more likely to do better in school. California recently passed legislation that coincides with this study and will push back start times for the state's middle and high schools. That's pretty neat.
One of those things that none of us working in the morning show have any control over, our circadian rhythms.
That's right.
We're out of time. That's it.
We always wake up in the dark. It doesn't even matter. Stay with us and happy Friday to you. Coming up in a moment, Chet's going to sit down with these two fine gentlemen. There they are. A couple of county commissioners. We have Joe Skinner and Undersheriff of Gallatin County, Dan Springer, with us to talk about the future of the Law and Justice Center. And then later on Montana This Morning.
Can you think of a better place to do a haunted house than a house that's haunted? I'm Chet Lehman, and we're in Virginia City. Coming up, a haunted house for the next couple of weekends in a historic structure that some say really is haunted.
Good morning to you. Ahead on CBS This Morning. Listen to that. Gun battles in the streets. Mexican security forces capture, then release the son of drug lord El Chapo Guzman. We'll look at the threat from the Sinaloa cartel. Plus, stop the stigma ahead of our live mental health special next week. Meet the Army veteran who created and stars in a play to help fight post-traumatic stress. We'll see you 7 o'clock straight up.